In this video, we will demonstrate how to use DevOpsShell spawns. We'll load DevOpsShell. And this is our spawn option. Basically, spawns allow us to launch windows outside of the parent, and basically shells outside of the parent, which will behave just like the parent shell. The difference is spawns do not have the UI wrapped around it like this. It's just an empty shell. This allows us to deploy multiple spawns without having to take up too much space on the screen. Gives us the flexibility to move the spawns around and not have to worry about the UI. Also, it also serves another purpose. If we ran an application on the parent shell, for example, we'll run a ping. If we're running an application on a parent shell and we do not want to stop the application but need to continue using DevOpsShell, we always have the option of clicking the spawn button here. Since we cannot enter the spawn command, it's occupied. We could click on the spawn button and this will launch another spawn. And within this spawn, we could continue to work as if we were working in the parent shell. We have access to all the features such as note. There it is. We have our note. Everything works the same. The only difference is we don't have the UI wrapped around this window. We can rename each spawn. I could call this spawn, if I'm doing some database work on this spawn, I could say database work. And if I'm doing some network engineering work, I could put network, etc. So we could rename each spawn. It gives us the ability to identify the spawns so we know what we're working with, right, and have a blank empty shell without a header. So we'll show you spawns working simultaneously. So we'll instead what we'll do is we'll ping a website here. We'll stop this and spawn another window. Actually, what we'll do here is we're going to launch multiple spawns using the spawn command and how many spawns. So in this case, we'll launch 5 spawns. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 spawns launched. We'll move them around a little, kind of arrange them. And we could go back to the original spawn, which is still running. And now we can work in either of these spawns. df, etc. And nothing changes. And we can send notes. For example, from this spawn, I can send a note. There. I could capture the df output. Note. df. There it is. Everything works as usual. And we can exit the spawns using the :exit command, or simply by clicking the X to close the spawn. So we'll exit the spawn, exit, and exit. We'll control break out of this and exit as well. Notice if I type exit, it will not work because DevOpsShell does not recognize the command. It's a :exit. Now what we will do is run a spawn with variables. For example, with arrays. We have an array. If you're not familiar with arrays, please watch our video introduction to arrays. Basically, we have an array created called My Websites, and we're going to spawn a curl command on My Websites. So basically, what we've done is, let's go back to the main window. And basically what we've done is we wanted to spawn a window to run the curl command, but we want to run the curl command on our arrays, and the array that we want to run on is my websites, because what we're trying to accomplish here is to launch a separate window, separate shell, to run the curl command for each item in this array. And that's what we've accomplished by executing the command as you see here. So what we will do is, oops, sorry, let's go here, :exit. Notice the exit command will not work in DevOpsShell in the parent window. Only the quit will terminate the application. Exit only works in the spawn or the clone windows. There we go. And that is our tutorial on spawns.